Hey everyone, so today's video is about the Dead Poets Society, but first of all my apologies that this is being recorded on my phone and that's why I'm at a funny angle, but my camera has decided to play silly buggers. I first saw Dead Poets Society, the 1989 film, when I was I think 17. It was when I was doing my hires for English, and as much as I loved it then, I didn't quite get all the literary references and things. Now that I'm at university studying English, I'm very pleased to say, get most, if not all of the references. Which makes it so fantastic. But this is, without a doubt, one of, if not my favourite film. There's just something about every element of it that I absolutely love. First of all, John Keating. Wow. I remember when I was first watching this, I knew I was going to go to university. And I kind of thought, if my lecturer looks anything like that, I am in for the best life ever. He is, to me, John Keating, the tutor there. He is to me what every university lecturer should be like. It's the whole sort of, that's the era I want to go back to. I was never there. I was born 3 years later. But you know, that to me just creates this perfect vibe, and that is exactly how life works in my mind. He is just the best character ever. I love him completely. And that to me is a winning point straight away. I think if his character was unlovable, or if I didn't like him, he's played by Robin Williams, who is brilliant anyway. I think if the character of John Keating wasn't as lovable and as likeable, the whole thing would fall to pieces. And, I mean, to some people, he may not be likeable, and that would kind of mean the film's a bit ruined for them, but personally for me, it ticks all the right boxes. The message of the film basically is carpe diem. The amount of times carpe diem is said in this film, if you were playing a drinking game, you'd be on the floor after about 10 minutes. Carpe diem, of course, means seize the day. And the whole thing about it is seize the day, and Keating teaches this specific group of boys, first of all, about the Dead Poets Society, which he used to be part of when he was at school. And the Dead Poets Society is, without me knowing it, a way of life for me, I guess. If you're in love with romantics as much as I am, you'll understand precisely where I'm coming from. The Dead Poets Society, the boys get together in what is quite frankly a cave and read out loud some of the romantics poems. There's a particular bit where they're reading out She Walks in Beauty. I think they get 4 lines in, and I'm sitting going, keep going, don't stop, I'm just getting into it. She Walks in Beauty is obviously a Byron poem, and the first ever poem that I learned from heart. The only other poem I could sit and tell you right now is Larkin's This Be the Verse. Quite a bit different from She Walks in Beauty. So the Dead Poet Society is a concept I absolutely love, and I really wish that my university had one. That'd be rather spectacular, to say the least, especially in the northeast. There are quite a few locations where that could be held. I should maybe possibly look into that, even though it kind of defeats the purpose of the film. But the thing is, it's not just about these boys coming to terms with poetry and, you know, really falling in love with it and expressing themselves through poetry. That's kind of the starting point. But poetry encourages them, along with Carpe Diem, to take action for the things they want. They're quite a big group of boys, but there's 3 specific ones who have their own little problems outside of the university. And they come to the forefront and they try and overcome these problems, and it's kind of, are they doing the right thing? Is Carpe Diem really the right message? Is seizing the day in this circumstance the right thing to do, and is it going to backfire on them? And they're not simple problems like, okay, I can't even give you an example of a simple problem, but they are very strong problems, and things that they shouldn't have to be facing. And it's quite emotional, and I did cry quite a lot, especially towards the end. 2 hours in length. I think after about 1 hour and 10 minutes I was completely emotional. But that's what happens when you sort of pump Byron into me. I'm never ever going to say that again. There's a particular scene, well, there's 2 scenes that I think are beautiful and worth taking note of, but you can't miss them anyway. One is a particular sequence that is probably what the whole film is building up to prior to the bit I'm about to talk about, but this bit, it's about 5-6 minutes, and the whole thing is just in silence apart from the soundtrack. It's the most eerie, beautiful, almost cathartic sound you could ever have, and it's gorgeous. But it's you can't take your eyes off of the screen. You know, you'll know yourself if you've watched a film where it's silent for quite a while, you kind of drift away from the action that's actually being displayed. You cannot take your eyes away from it, and I think that is part of the beauty of it. I realise now that I can't take my eyes away from the mirror in front of me. I should be looking at the camera. My apologies. The second scene that I think, in the one that I love completely, this is my favourite bit, is at the very end. I cannot tell you why or what happens or why it happens because I'll ruin the film, but all I can say is, oh Captain, my Captain, I'm standing on a table for you. Look out for it. That's not the phrase they use, but that's what I'm telling you to pay attention to it. I love it. I was literally on my feet at that point, and I felt kind of weird standing alone in my bedroom, clapping and cheering to my laptop screen, but you know, what you gonna do? Everything about this is absolutely sensational, and actually, there's a lot less poets mentioned than what I kind of thought. Byron was mentioned, I think Byron was mentioned the most actually, he was mentioned 4 times. Shakespeare was mentioned, Shelley was mentioned, a couple of others. Keats wasn't mentioned, but John Keating, hello, could you be less creative with the name of that character? But it's very clever and I did like that quite a lot. All of the characters in this are likeable apart from Neil's father. Just look out for Neil's father. You can't miss him. You will want to hurt him. I hated him so much. There's a particular scene as well when they're being made to sign something. I'm not going to go into it. And I just think, no, just tear it up. Just tear it up and tell them exactly what you think. I would. Would I if I was in that situation? I don't know. But I think the morals in this are beautiful. The fact that they're weaved through literature makes it all the more perfect. The only thing I don't condone that John Keating did was, it was at the very beginning, so I'm not spoiling it, is rip up the introduction to a book. Like, stop it, please don't rip the book up. I can't write in books. I can't dog-ear books. I just cannot deface a book in any way. So that did kind of annoy me, but I love the character so much because he is absolutely beautiful. Which is, of course, a very shallow thing to say, but I don't care. I love his mind, I love his face. He's winning, quite frankly. He has everything. Yes, but let me know your thoughts on Dead Poet Society. The DVD is on Amazon. It's like £4.05 or something. It really is ridiculously cheap. So yeah, go and watch it. You will love it. You don't even have to like literature to watch it. Of course, you do have to like literature to have a successful cultural life. That's just me preaching to you, but no, you will think it is beautiful. The way the pace of the plot is beautiful. The characters are sensational. The morals really hit home and they are emotional. You will cry, you will laugh, you will cheer. Every emotion this will bring out in you. It is just gorgeous. Let me know your thoughts and I will see you all next time. Bye!